What is up, guys? Welcome to the next episode of the Mixed Martial Idiots podcast. We are rejoined by Brazilian Jiu Jitsu brown belt himself, Tanner Francisco Dunphy, and my nephew Frankenstein on his lap right there, that big old tub of beautiful, and the MMA superfan George Novo. Also, guys, I just want to say, see the episode last week when I said we're going to recap the ass whooping that Anthony Hernandez is going to put on Roman Dolidze. And shout out Anthony Hernandez. I hope you saw that episode, and that would be sick. We're going to get into all that and Hamzat Chimaev, Dricus du Plessis next Saturday. Guys, let's get into it. Tanner Dunphy, welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. First, I want to say our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of the Japanese boxers, the two Japanese boxers who passed away last weekend passed away after their bouts last weekend. Shigetoshi Kotari and Hiromasa uh, Urakawa. So both of them fought on the same card, and both of them passed away from their injuries. Very strange incident. I've always said boxing is like the least safe combat sport. It's wild to say. Like people will think I'm crazy because MMA, you have elbows, you have knees, but boxing is primarily you're eating shots to the head, some to the body, right? You're over and over. I mean, the main event ended and went to decision, and it ended in a draw. That was 12 rounds, 36 minutes total of getting punched in the head. You know, this boxing's brutal, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the families. Moving on, let's recap UFC on ESPN. Dolidze versus Hernandez. Holy shit! Uh, Starting off the card, we had a light heavyweight bout where Eric Moncino defeated Cody Brundage via split decision. What's your take, Will?
I didn't have high hopes for the card when this one happened, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. This one's going down. I'm like, typical Cody Brundage fight. He was doing well. He had a good game plan. He was following it. And then just, I don't know where he just let it get away from him of sorts, you know. McConaughey was just landing the heavier shots, but he didn't look like a world beater, in my opinion, either. To be honest, like I said, guys, this one happened. I was like, shit, this is going to be another 8-hour snooze fest. Wasn't impressed with either guy. Do you think Cody Brundage has a job, George Novo, after this one?
Well, sir, I think that if even me, not having formal training, knew looking into this weekend, and mind you, I worked Friday, and I didn't wake up it was last weekend too. I don't have the time to sit here and break down and dissect all these fighters like I'd like to. There's just too much going on in our lives. But even I knew that Cody Brundage is a fraud alert, and he has burned me so many times on bets. You know what I did? I bet against his ass, and it worked out.
Got him.
Yes. I think Dana is gonna go ahead and put him out to pasture. Say, hey, I got a guy that'd be great in LFA. He's vetted.
Damn.
But look what he's done. This card is a perfect example, and the card coming up, Jessica Andrade dropped all the way to the prelims. King Green on 319 dropped all the way to the prelims off of 2 losses back to back. The guy's still a great fighter. I don't think they deserve that kind of treatment. Is that like playing to the crowd saying, I know people don't want to see them? Or is that just a product of you have a wealth of talented fighters and the cream's rising to the top and everyone else is getting pushed out?
It's the reason they are so good and they are the number one organization in the world because they don't keep that emotional attachment to guys. They might be a fan favorite and they'll pick like 5 of them scattered throughout the weight classes. Like Kevin Holland's a good example, right? And
It's all on how much you do for the company. Kevin Holland has done so much. He takes fights on short notice.
Right. And a fighter that lost on this card, Angela Hill, she's now a sub 500 fighter in the company. But she gets to fight all the time for exact same reason Tanner just alluded to right there. She'll step up, short notice, take fights nobody want to fight. So for that reason, guys, they get dropped down on the prelims, and not all of them can be Kevin Holland and then go on like a 4-fight win streak, or an Angela Hill and go on a 4-fight win streak, get their asses back to a big fight, maybe win one of those, then lose one. So Cody Brundage is not that. He's not going to come through for you.
No, and before we move on, just real quick to agree with what you said, I don't see McConaughey going far either. Like, there's nothing about that fight that makes me excited to watch him fight again. Moving on, Mr. Tanner.
Moving on, Gabriela Fernandez defeats Yulia Stoliarenko via unanimous decision. This was at 125 in the women's division. Yulia, another woman that's probably on the chopping block. She's now 1-2 in her last 3. She beat Molly McCann. She beat Jessica Rose Clark. Outside of that, she's got 6 losses in her last 8 fights. So I don't expect her to be hanging out long. What do you got, Will?
Man, if Stoliarenko can't get to an armbar, she's not winning. So that's just facts. She was out there actually having a good showing for herself, but Gabriela just was better everywhere. She didn't let Julija, she didn't let her get going. She never let her game plan materialize, and she had really good striking. She threw hard stuff. She played her game better. It was a more complete game from Gabriela, and I don't think we see Julija again. But, that is, if there is a division in the UFC that they keep people around a lot in for bodies, it's that women's strawweight division. That's changing. Girls are coming around now, and we got some ass whooping ladies coming up now, but they're still gonna have pot fillers for a little while. And Julija's a good gatekeeper for the young up and comers. That might be her job.
I don't think it. I mean, with that kind of a record, I just don't. I don't see it. But maybe. What do you got, George?
Man, Julija was kind of like the Berlin Wall, right before it was ready to go. She had that facade going, had me thinking maybe she was going to do something this fight, and then just crumbled.
She looked mean.
And Julija, I imagine this other fighter was an inspiration to you, and the same thing happened to her. She got exposed. Ronda Rousey, all she had was judo and armbar. Didn't have stand-up. Didn't have that. She got exposed, and she was the face of the franchise for a long time. You cannot be a one-trick fucking pony and be successful in the UFC. It's not going to happen.
Well, you can. You just got to be it's got to be something that's,
I mean, if you've got Francis Ngannou, Ford Focus, hit power,
yeah,
and
exactly,
you could stay standing, that's different. But if all you have is submissions, like Damian Maia, if Damian Maia could get his hands on you were fucked. But people are like, no, you're not getting your hands on me.
Look, Francis is the only guy that I know of who, as he progressed up the rankings, his striking got worse. I swear, look at his first fight, and then look at as he's climbing look at his fight with Rosenstrike. He just ran straight at him and was throwing wide arm. He found out he had the touch of death in him. I don't blame him one bit. If you can touch people to sleep, do it.
Yep. It's a blessing and a curse for that reason you're saying right now.
Yeah. And then I'm not knocking him. I'm not saying he's got horrible striking, because look what he did when he fought Tyson Fury in boxing. I think he won that match. Holy shit. That was crazy, All right. Anyways, moving on. We have a bout at 170. Uros Medic knocks out Gilbert Urbina.
Oh,
dude, Gilbert cracked him, and I was like, hell yeah, this is going to be a great night. And then it wasn't, immediately. What the shit?
Open stance, dude. They were in that open stance, and Urbina capitalized on it off the rip, like you said. Boink, got him. And then Euros got up, was like, oh, fuck, dude, I got to actually play this game. And he got technical with him.
So
And,
good.
right. And when he was vibing in the pocket there, like he started to cook, and Urbina got a little overwhelmed, and it made him reach. And then Euros Medic just preached on him, bud. And the shots after, this is not as bad as the Elijah Smith, but they were not needed. Urbina went the fuck out on the way down. You watch him Windows 98 on the way down. Boo, 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 boom. And it was over, dude. Like, you didn't need to hit that boy again. So yeah, dude, that's just tough. It's not like there was a skill discrepancy, you know what I mean? Obviously, at that point there wasn't that exchange, but he just got hit with a nuke, man. When that 4-ounce leather starts flying, it doesn't mean Urbina sucks. He just got cracked.
No.
So, especially as early as it was in the fight, 1 minute in, that has no bearing at all on the caliber of athlete or fighter Gilbert Urbina is. He just got cracked, and Tanner's 170-pound twin will probably be back, as he should. I mean, fuck, he ate a nuke at the beginning of a fight. If anything's forgiven, that is.
And he had cracked Urios, like we said, right before
sure.
it. So
he stood up. Did you see Medic get up? He's like, all right, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just tightened everything up a little bit.
Yeah. George, what do you got on that one?
Oh man, you know me. I'm all about the KOs. That was a thing of beauty. It might have sucked that it happened to your boy, but my God, was I entertained. And that kind of kick-started the next couple,
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Wow.
Shit.
The next fight, our first of 4 performance of the night bonus awards.
Shoo!
Yeah,
This is my girl.
Yeah, dog. Dana White was handing out 50K checks. And your girl at 135, Jocelyn Edwards, knocked out Priscilla Cachoeira in the first round with a beautiful right hook and a few little follow-up punches. What do you got, Will?
Yeah. See, those follow-up punches were fucking merited because she was still kind of there for a while, right? Jocelyn Edwards, El Pantera. Guys, I've been hyped on her. We got to see her in Kansas City where she kicked another girl's ass real quick. Priscilla Cachoeira is like the Chris Lieben of that women's division. Her nickname's the Zombie Girl. She never gets dropped. So for Jocelyn Edwards to put her out, the way she dropped her, she's definitely concussed. And then she cleaned her out with the ground and pound afterwards. But her striking's clean. She can get right to work. She's working on that anti-grappling. She can keep it standing. What can this girl not do? I'm excited to see what the future holds for her. Priscilla, keep your fucking hands up and stop fighting with the ego. Yes. You try to walk that girl down like you're not going to get cracked. And you got cracked and kept coming. Like, it's all cool to have that Michael Chandler vibe. But even Chandler, after he got sat down, got up and put his hands straight up. Like, you got to let the ego go. And if this wasn't the lesson, then you're never going to learn it. So we'll see how she does in her next fight.
Yeah. George?
Man, dude, another one. Thing of just absolute beauty. She must have walked into Popeyes and ordered a 3-piece and a biscuit because, good God, done. And then, this girl is out staring at her, and I got to give it to her. That chick's tough because she started moving.
Yeah.
And after she got put out again, she was right back up grabbing the ref. Like, Jocelyn, do what you're supposed to do. You got to put him down.
She looked good doing it, guys. Her striking was not sloppy. She didn't go native. Everything was super tight and technical and beautiful to watch.
Dude, that reach is going to be an absolute problem for everyone in that division.
Yep. Fun fact, this is her 3rd fight in a row where she forgot to take the warm-up off. So I thought, if you remember when we did the Kansas City post-fight, I was like, I saw that she fought with the t-shirt on. Those ladies do have that option, right? The females do. But they wear that's a warm-up t-shirt they wear, and oftentimes there's like a sports bra underneath. Jocelyn Edwards gets so fired up in the back when the ref is, or when the post-fight inspector's doing the Vaseline and asking her to take her shit off, she forgets that she can even take that thing off. So she just fights with it on. Like there was another post-fight interview done this time, and she was actually in her looks like a sports bra, and they asked her about it. She's like, I just forget. I'm walking to the cage, and I just want to take somebody's life, and I forget about this stupid T-shirt.
Savage.
Savage.
Oh man. All right. Next up, also at 135, but in the men's division,
man.
we had a hell of a slam from Elijah Smith, knocking out Tashiyomi Kazama. Guys, if you're gonna triangle somebody and they can slam, hook the leg.
Hook the leg.
Hook the leg. Hook the leg, hug the leg. I used to turn and go underneath the legs and just like bury my hands to the ground. And if they were able to start to pull me, grab the ankles. Or hear me out. If they start to pick you up and you can't hook the leg, let go and stand up.
Let go. Oh my God.
Oftentimes, if you do that, you can get to a body lock pretty easy. Because they're lifting you. So the moment your legs come down, if you can clear your one leg out of their arm, you can immediately get to the body lock. Anyways, that didn't happen last
He
night.
did not do that. No, he didn't.
No.
do that.
Instead, we saw Kazama get slammed on his dome, and then he totally unnecessary follow-up punches that earned Elijah Smith $50K bonus.
Tina
What do you
says
got,
you
Will?
almost killed that man. Here's 50K.
Yeah,
Man, Kazama definitely got cleared last night at the hospital. They said on air, but he definitely forgot the third grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Tanner said, guys, hook the leg. There's even, a little all else fails, you can go under the armpit and grab their trap a little bit there, but ultimately let go. Let go. If your hips leave the ground and you feel like your shoulder blades are about to leave the mat, let go. Let go. You could go shin to shin and wrestle up. You can get a single leg. You could get a body lock. There's lots of things. But our buddy Justin Gibson taught us to grab the leg on arm bars and triangles because some motherfuckers can just get up and yeet you for no fucking reason at all.
Fuck that.
At
guy.
all. The dude's chugging a Mountain Dew he got at a gas station, a 44-ouncer in between rounds, and he's picking me up and throwing me. What is this shit? Hook the leg. But no,
right.
Elijah Smith looked great. He's 22 years old. He's in there. I called Kazama to beat him. I thought he was going to overwhelm him with his experience. He was looking good. He was on the right track. He was attacking. But as soon as he started reaching for that triangle, and he attempted an armbar before that, I was like, now he looks a little desperate. And man, Elijah just picked him up. He's seen that Rampage slam a lot of times, and he even framed on the guy's face. Like this was not a freak out move. This was a 100% thought out tactic by Elijah. He knew that if you land in the slam and you're shallow, you're tighter in a triangle. So you have to slam them on their dome or high on their shoulder blades to not be triangled. And with the framing on the face, dude, God, I know. I wonder when they let Kazama go to sleep because they didn't clear him to go to bed last night. That was rough.
Definitely didn't. George?
Well, I loved everything about this for the simple fact that you know how much I love grapplers, how much I love wrestlers, people who think that they're going to pull guard against somebody that can actually strike, and then they get them. That pisses me off when they get one of my guys. That didn't happen here. This guy said enough of this grappling shit, enough of that. I'm going to put you the fuck out. Now, Rampage Jackson, you referenced, also saw this, said he got that dog in him, to put a howling video next to it and put his slam with his side by side. Rampage gave this kid a shout out. That's flipping awesome. Now, we're talking about extracurricular activity as far as follow-up shots. This kid was completely out. This was akin to Super Troopers telling him to pull over repeatedly. We can't pull over. He's already pulled over. This dude was dead. You do not need to hit him anymore. The little guy inside his head was like, please stop. Ugh. Next fight.
Oh, yes.
He was
Next
rowdy as
fight.
fuck.
This was the featured prelim, and Julius Walker at 205 beating Rafael Sequeira. Sorry about that. Via unanimous decision. What do you got, Will?
Man, I thought it started a little slow. Julius is a little sloppy. He's rushing it a little bit, right? Like a guy that's about ready to waste it on the prom dress. He dialed it in. He kept his shit together when Rafael cracked him a couple times. It turned out to be a really fun fight to watch. It started to get dull, and then one of them would just fucking crack the other one or put him on his back and start feeding him elbows. Fun fight to watch for the fans. It was a good little complete fight. 3-round just slugfest. You know, you need a 3-round slugfest in your life every once in a while. You can't all go out there and slam a dude on his head in 4 minutes or go fold a dude in 1 minute. So you got to have these 3-round bangers from time to time. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Good. George?
Juicebox Walker, man. He wrestled the shit out of that guy for 3 rounds. The Brazilian landed some heavy shots late, man, but Walker's control time was too much for the judges to ignore. I'm going to say Walker's win was kind of like watching paint dry. Effective, but boring. Soraka's got power, but he needs to learn how to stop takedowns or he's toast. Walker's not going to be headlining any of these fight nights anytime soon, but he's a tough out for anyone. No disrespect.
This is Johnny Walker's brother, right?
No, that's Walter Walker. No, Julius Walker is a dude from America that was a basketball player.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Anyways, moving on to the main card. Another performance of the night bonus to
Hurt my heart.
185er Christian Leroy Duncan hitting the spinning back elbow on Eric Anders, your boy,
Dude.
and putting him down. What do you got, Will?
Dude, I want to see Christian Leroy Duncan versus Michael Venom Page. I want to see Venom Page win his fight, and then I want to watch these two guys go at it. They're the fucking mirror image of each other. But you know what Leroy Duncan does late in fights? He gets fucking tired. And Venom Page does not have a history of getting tired in fights, especially with guys that are going to throw with him. Now, I digress. Let's get into this with Eric Anders. Now, I picked ya boy. I thought he was going to slam him on his head and keep him there because me personally, if I'm fighting a guy as dynamic as Christian Leroy Duncan, as much as I love striking and feel like I can handle myself on the feet, I'm grappling that boy. He's going to end up on his back, or I'm going to go to sleep trying to get him on his back, right? So Eric Anders is just a dog. That spinning elbow, that was set up off an inside kick. We're going to break that down this week. Tuesday, I'll make a video over it, but it was beautiful. And the torque and speed and velocity that man got on that elbow, he took a complete 360 into the elbow. It wasn't one of those 180 like turning on the pivot foot and like a back elbow John Jones style. It was a complete total spin, and he landed it square on Anders' forehead, and he didn't let him off the hook. And much to his credit, you know, I think if that fight would have got into the later rounds, it would have been a fucking, we might have seen Eric Anders pound him out, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. Christian Leroy Duncan, Christian Leroy Duncan showed up. He did what he said he was going to do. He did it flashy. This is the Leroy Duncan that we saw in LFA and all those other promotions, right? Can he do this against a guy who's equally as talented as him? Because I tell you what, at 185, Michael Venom Page, as much as he's a fun guy, he's not the best striker in the division. Most flashy, maybe, but he's not the best. So Leroy Duncan needs to beat a guy like him with that striking, and then we need to throw him up against a grappler. But it was fun. This was fun.
George, what's your take?
Man, that spinning elbow looked like it came out of Street Fighter. I feel like that was like ABA, CABB, left up, down something, Hadouken, crack. That was beautifully timed. I enjoyed it. That's the kind of shit that I love watching MMA for, when it's executed and it's like a flash knockout. You know, that's timing, but there's also luck involved with that. You could try to time it, you know what I mean? But every now and then you see people that are just
Bless you.
absolute snipers, and those are some of my favorite fighters to watch. Look at Anderson Silva in his prime. I mean, that dude is a highlight reel. His run is ungodly.
Yeah.
Let's not forget CLD poked him in the eyes and then kicked him square in the dick as soon as the fight started either. I mean, yeah, he's dynamic and super cool. He poked Eric Anders square in the eye within 30 seconds, and then halfway through the round, he kicked him right in the dick. So that did
Does-
Taking that Derek Lewis advice.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Does he
What's that?
train at Derek Lewis's gym?
I posted that on X when it happened. I said CLD's taking the Derek Lewis approach, getting all the fouls out early.
Yeah.
They'll take a point if you go too far. Just keep doing it.
And if it's early on, they usually don't.
I
They
can see
usually
Derek
don't.
over there dancing, bobbing back. I got one more before it's a technical.
Uh,
I wish he would have kicked Cyril Gane in the dick a couple more times in their fight.
ooh,
Oh, please do. I don't want to. I hope Aspinall just fucking decapitates that guy with a cut, man.
he might.
Oh,
All right. Next up at 135, we had John Matsumoto defeating Miles John by a split decision. What do you got, Will?
Man, I didn't think it was split. I thought it was unanimous. I thought the right guy won. Close. Yeah, the rounds were close, but I feel like John, he put the most output. He put the most complete game together. I thought Miles Johns hits like a fucking truck. I'll give you that. Yes, he does. But that doesn't mean he wins the rounds. Did he put Jean Matsumoto down in every round? No, he didn't. So that is less of a factor than Jean Matsumoto's technical ability, because Jean Matsumoto's technical ability was far more a problem for Miles Johns than Miles Johns' nukes were a problem for Jean Matsumoto. I think the kid, he comes off an extensive Muay Thai background, and he's really good at grappling. He just needs that in-between game. I'd like to see Matsumoto get the hell out of that MMA Masters in Brazil and go to the Fighting Nerds, something like that. Get in there with those dudes that are going to be like, hey, man, we got to address the in-between game. We got to do the clinch. We got to do the wall work. We got to do the, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff, the in-between stuff. Because like if you're in a straight no-gi match with John Matsumoto, you're not going to do very good. If you're in a straight kickboxing match with John Matsumoto, you're not going to do very good. But if you get in there and you make it ugly and maybe you're just a little bit better wrestler than him, you're probably going to have a high success rate. So if he can address those things, he can go right to the top.
man,
George?
I'd say Matsumoto's got skills, man, but his gas tank looks kind of suspect, and I feel like he's kind of big fish in a small pond kind of thing right now. You know what I mean? There are some absolute sharks in that division.
Yeah, that's why he
And
needs
he's
to
gonna
leave
have
Masters now. Now, run!
Oh, moving up 10 pounds to 145, we had another split decision that I again don't think it was split decision.
Yeah.
Andre Fili beating Christian Rodriguez. What do you got, Will?
That's same, dude. Like the Brundage fight could have went either way, and people were calling that a trash decision, right? I thought both guys sucked, so I didn't care either way. But this one, Andre Fili definitely won, right? Right, Tanner? Like he definitely won.
Yeah, he definitely won.
He definitely won. Like I don't know what. I think they want so bad. We've scolded these refs so much because they suck so bad. Now they don't want to be the uncontroversial one because they don't want to be the one who's against the fans, right? They don't want to be the one who's like, they maybe did win, right? So it's just so fucked. That's why I think we need an open scoring system, and I know people are opposed to that or whatever, but
I don't know why anybody would be opposed to that.
I do.
It doesn't
right?
make sense to me. It's
Let-
the only thing that makes sense is an open scoring system.
Let me tell you this, guys. If you have an honest coach, you have a fucking open scoring system because Tanner and I in the corner, if you're down 2 rounds, we're not going to fucking lie to you. Hey, you need to go get that dude. You are down 2 rounds. So let's just open the scoring system.
Well, and like they think it'll make you know, if somebody's ahead 2 rounds, they think it'll make them
Right.
toast. You know what it's also gonna do?
Make that motherfucker go get him.
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah,
guy
go get
that's
him, son.
losing 2 rounds is gonna go.
I
He's
need to
going
know.
to sprint.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I need
You
to
tell
know.
me
Am I
I'm down
down?
2 rounds, I'm
Oh, yeah.
putting everything into that third.
We going. But no, Andre Feely looked great, man. Did he not look great? Of course, Christian Rodriguez made it a fight because he's a dog. He's not going anywhere. But I thought Andre Feely controlled the range. Christian Rodriguez had his moments with his boxing, but Andre, even when he got caught with the kick, his coaches in the corner just bucked him up right away. Hey, just box him and throw the calf kick. Don't throw the body kick. He can't take you down. And then when he got Rodriguez down, I was like, this should have been the game plan all along. Who was in, who was in Feely's corner? Cody fucking Steele. You know who I know could beat the shit out of Christian Rodriguez in a grappling match? Cody fucking Steele. And he's been training with him the whole camp. I probably would have taken his ass down.
Yeah.
But it was a great fight. I thought it was a UD though, not a split.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I
George?
100% agree. I commented, during the fight in the group chat that how is this not any different than what Marab does, except Marab is, stronger with his takedowns. He doesn't have as much striking as him, but it's the same game plan. Get up, box the shit out of them, get them to lower their guard, take them down, control them. When they're exhausted, let them up, crack them a couple times, take them back down. Like, wash, rinse, and repeat. And he executed it literally. I don't know what that ref was smoking, but Feely just controlled that fight. At no point did I think Christian had a better round than he had. They're that fucking, yeah, I don't know, stupid.
Yep.
Glad we all agree on that. Moving on, 115 women's division. We have Yasmin Lucendo defeating Angela Overkill Hill via unanimous decision. Angela's just a game opponent. She's so tough to get out of there, even if you got her in trouble. She's a veteran of this game. She's got over 30. She's got 33 pro fights.
That's not
You
counting
know?
the Muay Thai fights. This is
Yeah.
just MMA. She was a
Yeah.
Muay Thai fighter before this.
Exactly, and she had a amateur career in MMA.
Right.
Career, not career, but you know what I mean.
Right. No, yeah. You got to do
So,
one to get to the other.
yeah, yep, exactly. Oh, what do you got?
Man, I don't want to see how many more until we start seeing Angela get taken out. How many more fights does she have until she gets folded? I don't want to play that game. I don't want to play the Tony Ferguson game with her. I respect her too much. She's done too much for women's MMA. She is a talented athlete, and I love seeing her. We need to have her as an analyst, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Excuse me.
She's got a great mind for it, and every time they have her on the mic talking about fights, she is able to project exactly what she means in talking about it, and it gets across very well.
Right. And you never been knocked out. You know what I mean? So let's just if you got to do one more to get it out of your system, this one wasn't terrible. You went the whole time. She actually had her moments against Lucinda, and it wasn't one of those where I'm like, she needs to leave the game right now, but she needs to start looking on the other side of fighting. I would love to see her on the desk, and any gym in the country would love to have her in there teaching their ladies program or even their all-inclusive men's included MMA program or Muay Thai program just based on her knowledge, right? If you mean you have an Angela Hill in your gym that can give you all her experience through teaching, everybody wants that. Her fighting again doesn't excite me and it worries me unless it's like her going against another legend and they're both leaving type of thing.
And to Will's point about her never being knocked out, she's only been finished 2 times in her pro career. 2 times. That's wild in 33 fights. George?
Is it too early to say Lucindo is a future champ?
Ooh,
Is it too early to do
so.
that?
I think so. For sure, I think so.
Who's the champ of that division? Wei
Well, I
Lee?
said future champ. I didn't say this now. She's
Oh, okay.
still young. She's still young. You know, do you see something in her that maybe
Yes.
with more training she can go?
Yes. She has the nuclear option. But again,
Um,
she's in that MMA Masters, and I like the women do traditionally well at an MMA Masters because of the sparring pool, right? It's vast. There's lots of women there to train with of a high level. There's not a lot of men in there at a high level, right? So for us to say the women need to get out of there too or whatever, that's not so fair because they are successful in that area. But if Yasmin Lucindo found herself at like an American top team, or something like that, then yes. But currently, because these guys aren't going to take her and force her to do things that she's bad at, they're just going to keep telling her what she's good at and praising her, right? It's the same thing that kind of happened to Colby Covington. He went to MMA Masters after he was kind of vacated from the gym he was at. It was American Top Team, right? Just the beef with him and Masvidal. So he went to MMA Masters, and it was like he didn't get any better. He just plateaued right where he was. Now, for him, he was a sensational athlete, good competitor, so he made it work for a few fights, but longevity of that, it's not so good. So I don't know. Yet she needs to go somewhere where the coaching is a little bit more seasoned. But yeah, she
now,
could be.
another parallel here that I want to draw. We've got another situation like this happening in PFL. Do you think Liz Carmouche defeats Jenna Bishop?
Man,
Oh fuck.
I
don't.
do.
Ooh.
I think so. I think that's a really good matchup, and Liz is a veteran of the game, but she's not a like Angela Hill. Her record is 18-15. She's a 33 fight veteran, right? But you look at Liz Carmouche. Liz Carmouche is 24-8.
Yeah.
A bit of a different story there.
Right.
Yeah, she's a pioneer. She was the first women's UFC fight, her and Ronda Rousey, which is a crazy thing to think. But she's still just beating bitches up. That's why she's in the finals for that. Yeah, that actually the finals are this upcoming Friday. So that fight is this upcoming Friday for PFL. So yeah, I think Liz is taking that one for sure.
I
She is
don't
a fucking monster, bud. She is a absolute unit.
I don't remember who she fought over there last year, but that girl had her number and she pulled off an armbar like with it was crazy. There was like 15 seconds left in the fight and she caught her. And that was really impressive. That's savvy vet shit. To take a wallop like she took. I mean, she got beat up.
Oh, the Kana Watanabe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy because they fought before and she got a standing TKO on Kana in the first round.
That's you just never know, man. That's wild.
Yeah. Right. Yep. I think Liz walks away with that one.
Yeah, I
But
think so too.
I know who
we
Jenna Bishop don't want to see ever again, and that's Dakota.
yeah, right. Speaking of, that's a good small segue so we can cover this real quick. On the 15th, the PFL World Tournament 9, it'll have the 135 championship, the bantamweight championship for men's, the 125 flyweight for women's, and the 155 lightweight for men's championship. So if you're free on Friday, tune in, watch that. Should be a good card. No, it's not that card. I was thinking of the next one, the next championship card, which is the 21st, has a sneaky banger in the prelims. Impa Kasanganay versus Andrew Sanchez. El Dirte.
I think Impa's gonna beat the shit out of him.
I think you're so wrong. Andrew's light heavyweight normally, and he's going down to 185 for this.
Yeah,
El Dirte is a problem.
we'll do a side bet.
Okay, sold. All right, moving on. At 135, the co-main event, Steve Erceg getting it done, no longer on the chopping block, defeating Ode Osborne via unanimous decision. It was scary in that first round. Oh my God. Whew, your boy was panicking. I was trying not to scream and scare the shit out of the baby. All right. But Steve Erceg got it done. So,
Yeah, he was on the chopping block for about 2 minutes and 25 seconds in the first round there, wasn't he?
yeah,
He was on the chopping block right then, boy. Ode Osborne was trying to chop his fucking head off.
Uh-huh.
I think Ode just couldn't collect himself, man. I think Ode in between the first and second round was like gassed. He was like, holy shit, I had him. I can hurt him. I know I can drop him, and I think I can finish him. And so he was so locked into finding that shot. Steve Erceg, vet, goes out and he starts the grappling. Guys, you know, I always shout out Tim Sled and Chris Papandrea for the pressure. If you're starting to get your ass whooped, guys, you got to cook them. You got to start that
Cook 'em to
pressure.
the bone.
You got to start stepping on their toes and swinging and wrestling and make it ugly. And pressure makes diamonds. And Steve Erceg started with the pressure, dude. And Ode Osborne, toward the end of the fight, was looking confused and looking really gassed and looking like he didn't have any answers for Steve. That's what you do, guys. You know what? Even if you're down rounds, that's how you get back in a fight and maybe get a finish. Not this fucking jabbing. You throw a jab and then you hope they run at you so you can crack them. That shit does not work. If you go out hunting for a knockout, you will absolutely lose a decision. And Steve Erceg realizes that somebody needed to tell Ode that in between the second and third round, because I feel like if Ode would have won the third, he would have won it. It was a UD, but I think Steve got the second and third round. Am I right?
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So if Nixick would have jerked a knot in his tail and was like, Ode, dude, you got to go out there and put him on his ass, bud. We got to go out there and fight this man. He had a chance, because if he would have made him touch the canvas in the third round, he would have won that fight. It was that close. But Steve Erceg knew that too. That was just, if you have a fighter in your gym that's struggling with confidence and struggling with getting through camps and stuff like that, and show him this fight. Show him Steve Erceg. Show him getting put on his ass in the first round, grabbing that man up and going through the adversity to get a win. Great job, Steve Erceg.
Absolutely. George?
Man, let's see. I'm still not sold on Steve Erceg, man. He just now got out of the whole entire car, the computer with the red light when he tries to run his credit to get a loan. I think he's going to have to make some more payments to Consolidated Credit before I think that he's officially back. And a fight in the top 10 is probably not the best place for him to go right away. I think he needs to go beat up on some more intermediates. Not saying he doesn't have the potential, but my God, that guy fell like a rock from the top. He just got bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. No hate on Steve, but need a couple more wins in the win column before I got confidence in you.
We also
fought
can't
world
forget,
beaters.
Yeah. We also can't forget that it was at 135. And did you see how fucking big Ode Osborne was getting in that cage?
Yeah.
Osborne looked like a 55er, dude.
Yeah, I would love to see
fucking big. Holy shit.
After seeing this and seeing how he dealt with Ode and he was able to come back from that adversity. Sorry about that. Struggled saying that. Jesus. I would love to see Steve Erceg. It rubbed off from you. Fight Kai Kara France again. I want to see a rematch to that.
Man, I just want a path to Kai Kara France and Joshua Van. I feel like if Joshua Van loses, then we're going to see that. But I just want to see the absolute chaos that could come of Van and
Has
Kai
it
Kara
been has Joshua Van been confirmed?
Yeah, he's fighting Pantoja, bro. It's happening.
Are you sure?
100%.
Now I gotta look.
Look it up.
Ban. Yeah, it's generating as a potential title fight. Still not confirmed.
Thought they confirmed it, posted it.
No.
Okay.
Nothing yet.
Well, we need that. That's the fight.
Yep. No, I agree. I like that. There are, since a month ago, there's been betting odds and Pantoja open as the favorite.
Massive favorite, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Pantoja called him out a month ago. Why is this not made yet?
They met in the octagon and did the face off and all that. Pantoja's, dude, I love Pantoja. Pantoja's like, fuck him, bring him.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Bring him. Manel Cop, bring him. He's like, that's that boy. Pantoja's that man.
Yeah, he is. He's a
And I
problem.
think if he fights Merab, so say, I know we're on a segue here, but say he fucking wins against Van, he needs to fight Merab. I think Merab would have his fucking hands full. A no weight cut Pantoja? Fuck that, dude. Nope.
Yeah. I think that's here's the issue though. He's not going to be able to get Merab down
Fair.
at all. And Merab is going to take him down 37 times in the first round. He might he look, I think his striking is better than Merab's. But the problem, I think from a technical let me say it like this. I think from a technical standpoint, his striking is better than Merab's. But what makes Merab's striking so successful is his wrestling. And I think Merab would be successful in the striking against Pantoja because Pantoja would be like, why does my ass keep touching the ground?
I would root for Merab, but I'd be worried.
I would be worried in that fight, yes. But I think Merab would get it. Moving on to holy shit, what the fuck main event. At 185, Anthony Hernandez brutalized a man on live television and beat the shit out of Roman Dolidze. Won fourth round. Everything's going to call it a rear naked choke. That was a security choke.
Yep.
He just got under the chin and drug his ass across the octagon until Roman was panic tapping because he felt like his head was going to pop off. Bro, Anthony Hernandez, at the start of the fight, Daniel Cormier and who was the other announcers?
Dominic and Fitzpatrick.
Yes. They're all talking about how Dolidze is so good, right? And Hernandez is cracking him. And I'm like, y'all are talking about this as Hernandez is putting an ass whooping on him.
Oh,
and
man.
Then it just got, oh, my goodness. I haven't seen an ass whooping like that in a while. He brutalized that man.
He did.
Dolidze can't show his face in public
quit.
for a while.
He quit. He resigned.
That was rough.
I only have a couple things to say. I'm going to hand this to George Novo. The last one we kind of skipped over him. That's my fault. I took up the bulk of the time. Only thing I have to say, I told you so. And Anthony Hernandez versus RDR winner gets a title shot. George Novo, the floor is yours.
Sold.
Man. Wow. After that pitiful Dolidze and Vittori fight night, I really knew that this was going to happen. I'm going to start referring to Anthony as Aaron Hernandez because of the
because he murdered.
This man has murder in his mind when he steps into the octagon. And I'm not going to go ahead and make a speculation on it being rooted in his sexual frustration. However, my God, dude, that is like whenever you fuck up real bad, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off when you wreck the Ferrari. That's like what would Cameron's dad would have did to him, drag him by the neck across the house. I'm gonna kill you. That was like Bart Simpson getting choked out
I
by
was
Homer.
just
My
thinking that
God.
was a Bart Simpson ass joke.
Dude,
Whew.
can
I
you
got
just
nothing.
imagine? Can you imagine Roman Dolidze writing his resignation letter like to the Stan song from Eminem, getting ready to hand it to Dana White in the morning? He's just playing Stan. He's like, "Dear Mister Too Good to Let Me Heel Hook You."
I feel like this is gonna become a Law and Order Special Victims episode. They're gonna
I
incarcerate.
thought I heard that tune as
They're
it was
gonna-
dun, dun.
They're going to incarcerate an MMA fighter because he's using the cage to kill people and get away
Bro.
with it legally.
He made him quit his whole ass job. He beat the shit out of him so bad. He made him quit his whole ass job, dude. He was like, "Nah, I can't do this anymore." He drugged me by my neck across the thing. I don't think that they're gonna let me do the thing anymore.
You know how they got that meme that said guys be lying about anything, and it's a guy with no neck, and he says that he put his hands on my neck? Well, he put his hands on his neck.
He did.
No lie.
Ah,
Oh,
that dude's an honorary Diaz brother. Could you imagine if Diaz brothers could wrestle like Anthony Hernandez? Jesus
oh
Christ.
my God.
That
Why would
was-
you wish that on anyone?
Oh man, Fluffy did the thing
He did the
So,
fucking thing over and
yeah.
over again.
over
Man.
and over.
I have been waiting for this next card for a minute. Can we get into 319?
I yes, but I want to say that I think Anthony Hernandez versus
Aaron.
RDR. Aaron Hernandez, as we're going to refer to him now. I think that is a. I think. I think that is the fight to make after we get the championship sorted out.
Mhm.
So
God, the
Moving
schnozberries taste like schnozberries. This is too much fun.
moving
Oh.
on to UFC 319, Duplessis versus Chumaev in Chicago next weekend. We've got one fight that has been canceled due to injury. The Kareem Silva and JJ Aldridge fight has been canceled. JJ Aldridge got injured. Kareem
Damn.
Silva is now fighting Dion Barbosa. So starting off the card, give me just a second. There
Is
we
it-
are.
Is it Edson Barboza?
No, I don't
No.
believe so.
Carini Silva will not be fighting Edson Barboza. No.
I
No.
hope.
I mean, for the
50K. Here we go.
That's
Serve it up.
That's not what I mean. But yeah,
You guys want to see a dead body?
yeah. The first fight
Oh,
is Edson
I know.
Barboza. That's who I meant.
I know.
Is
Yeah.
it my thing's all jacked up then?
Go ahead, George. Is the first fight Drakkar Close and Edson Barboza?
That's what I got per UFC website.
Yes.
I'm
Now-
on the ESPN thing, so go ahead.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna say Barboza lands a spinning heel kick in round 2 that sends Close Soul to the cheap seats. Man, I think Drakkar's gonna wake up wondering why they made a shitty cologne after his name, and where he got hit by a windmill or a freight train.
I've got Brian Battle as the first fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine goes early prelims: Edson Barboza, Drakkar Close, then Brian Battle, and who's your boy of
Yeah.
Kareem Silva and Aldridge is canceled. Then
That's-
you've got King Green, Diego Fiera, Gerald Meatshart, Michael Olegachu. Oh, and like I said
Meatshark.
before, Jessica Andrade and Lupi Godinez in the prelims. And then you've got Tim Elliott, Jared Cannonier, Jeff Neal, Lerone Murphy, and DDP and Hamzat.
Ooh, let's see. 2019 bout order. Because I have so much on here. I've got So when I'm looking at one list, it doesn't even have the Albi Idris fight and Joseph Morales.
Yeah,
But
you got to go to the ESPN app and you click on the event, and then it'll have that. But it still has the Carini Silva fight as the second one, and then it's got Alibi versus Joseph Morales. Then it'll be Brian Battle, and then Hujaboyev, and then Barbosa, then Chase Hooper, then Jessica Andrade, then Meat Shark.
all right, so
Fucking Meat Shark.
where is the Albi?
That's
Idris?
the kickoff one. That's the
So
leadoff
so that
fight.
is the first. Okay, that's what I
Yes.
had as my first one. So yeah, 125 Albi Idris, 10-0, unranked, versus Joseph Morales, 12-2, also unranked.
Shout out UFC for being so big that they don't even care about updating their shit on their own official site. You know you're gonna buy it. You know you're gonna watch. Fuck it, somebody's fighting.
Yeah. I figured there was gonna be. It's always wild. I never know what the bout order is. Honestly, I just kind of read them off in an order that usually Tapology has.
Right.
That's because
Mine's
they're pretty good
ESPN, but
about.
they're all different. They're all different.
Yeah. Well, Tapology is usually really good about immediately getting the new fights put in when a fight is rearranged, canceled,
Nice.
whatever. So whereas like some of the other ones they don't, but they've got Edson Barbosa and Drakkar Klose as like the fourth fight.
Yep.
Okay. So
So
on ESPN
we'll
now I
just
have the order like Will has.
Yep.
which is what's the
Alibi
second fight?
first. It is Carini Silva, but that's scratched, so we'll just move on to
No,
Brian
she's
Battle.
fighting Dione Barbosa now.
Oh yeah. So it's Carini Silva and Dione Barbosa next.
Yeah, that's what I have as next as well.
Right, and then it'll be Brian Battle.
Okay. So on the first fight, it's really a pick 'em. They're both unranked. I'm going with the guy that's still undefeated. You know, it just the only thing that makes sense. I don't know if you guys gotta pick on that one or
Man, it's striker versus grappler. Morales has 6 sub wins in his career. The rest are decisions. He has a couple knockouts, but he's lost via knockout. And the Kazakhstani guy is got 5 knockouts and 1 sub. So it's going to be striker versus grappler. I hesitate to say that because all those guys that come out of Kazakhstan can wrestle like a motherfucker. But we just saw Bryce Mitchell take a guy from Dagestan to Arkansas and forget. So maybe maybe Joseph Morales can bring Alibi back to the States for a good old fashioned ass whooping.
maybe. George,
I'm
do
going
you have a take on that
Alibi,
one?
though.
No.
Okay. So next up, we're gonna say is the 125 women's. That was 125 men's. 125 women's or flyweight. We've got Carini Silva and Dione Barbosa. I think I'm going with the witch, Dione Barbosa on this one. What do you got?
Man, the only thing that makes me hesitate on Barbosa, because I love her. I think she's a fucking just a dog. She's coming to get you the whole time. But the only thing that makes me hesitate on picking her is, Carini Silva is super talented, and she had an entire camp for JJ Aldrich. And for JJ Aldrich, the things that she lacks at, she is super aggressive. So she's going to kind of be the perfect person to train for to fight against the witch. So I think Carini Silva being in shape, the first rounds might go really rough for Carini Silva, right? Because Barbosa's showing up, going to fucking show out, put it all on her in the first round, not having a camp. So Carini Silva, if she survives the first round, she's winning.
Okay. George?
You're
George,
muted.
I can't hear you.
You are muted, my boy.
I said this is a tough one too. But I'm gonna lean toward Carini Silva just for experience. And if I remember correctly, the last time we watched her fight, she was big, and when she got in top control, that girl couldn't get her off of her. If that's who I think I'm thinking of.
She
Hard to say.
is pretty talented everywhere too.
Not taking any away from Dion. But the next fight, good God, Brian Battle, you're gonna be in for a fucking battle.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna shock you guys. I think.
So 185. We've got Nursultan Rusaboyev fighting Brian Battle. Man, I'm picking Brian Battle, but I feel like smart money might be Rusaboyev. So, I gotta root for my boy the Butcher. Somebody that Will also says is my twin. Not just Fluffy, Brian Battle.
Right.
Yeah, two gangsters.
Gilbert Urbina and Brian Battle were on the same season of The Ultimate Fighter,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I couldn't tell which one was which, and I was always blasted, wondering why my best friend was on the show, and he never told me he was going. What the fuck? There's two of them? What is going on?
Oh my God.
Right. Dude, I'm going Hujaboyev. I think. Am I rooting for Brian Battle? Yes. And you're asking me to make a pick? I'm going Hujaboyev, and that plus money at plus 145 via knockout looks pretty good. The Frenchman hurt him pretty bad, hurt Brian Battle pretty bad in their fight that led him into beating his ass. But Hujaboyev is fucking massive. And he's got 13 knockouts in his career. Yeah, he's 6'5", guys, and he trains at Henzo Gracie's in Philly. If you tell me the Henzo Gracie Academy has a fighter that is 6'5" with 13 knockouts to his record, and he trains at the Henzo Academy doing jiu-jitsu every day, I'm going to pick that motherfucker 9 times out of 10. Brian Battle, real good, real game. He's going to have to make this a jiu-jitsu fight to win. And I don't trust anyone's jiu-jitsu other than like 3 or 4 people's over somebody who trains at a Henzo Academy. So, Hujaboyev, knockout, round 1.
Hujaboyev is a plus 160 under 2 for this. So there's some money to be had there because I'm going with Hujaboyev too. That guy is just too damn big for that division. There ain't nobody walking around that has that kind of reach and that height at that division. It's literally crazy whenever he goes in and fights people. It kind of looks like Dan Ige and Woodson. Like, it's fucked up.
It is.
Damn. Didn't have to do that to that man.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, 155. Edson Barbosa, Drakkar Klose. Drakkar Klose coming off of a flying knee loss to Joel Alvarez. And
the king of the flying knee is who he's fighting now. Good.
Yeah, I don't think he's fought the level of striker that Barbosa is, and I'm glad to see Barbosa's. He went down to 45. This bout's at 55.
Thank God.
And so I think Drakkar is gonna get murdered.
Yes.
I think Edson Barbosa. I think what's the odds on Edson?
Minus 160. He's the favorite.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I'm
that
with
makes
you. I
sense.
think it should be an astronomical fucking difference.
Yeah, that would be a good one to throw into a parlay. I don't know.
Edson Barbosa has more wins in the UFC than Drakkar Klose has fights in the UFC.
Yeah, then Drakkar Klose has fights, right?
Yes. 24-12, 15-3-1. He has more wins
in the
than
UFC
Drakkar
since
has
2010
fights total. Yeah. Dude, I think Drakkar Klose needs to be either all the way in or far, far away. Because if he fights in that kickboxing range with Edson Barbosa, just like we're talking about, guys, he's walking into a human blender. It will not be fucking one of those things where it's a slow maturation of a process for a big strike later. It will be, holy shit, that guy's dead. And they'll have to show it on a replay for you to see what the fuck he knocked out Drakkar Klose with. Now, we remember Edson Barbosa butchering Dan Hooker to the body, correct? And you can go through the Terry Adam knockout or the litany of other knockouts that Edson Barboza has put on people, which there are aplenty. He has the fastest switch kick in the game or in MMA that I've ever seen, regardless of weight class. The spin, you know it's coming, you never see it. His boxing, incredible. If you're going to stand there and box with him and not take him down, then you're going to end up sleeping. So Drakkar Klose is fucking with a nuclear warhead. Yeah, Edson Barboza via murder. I think we're going to see him beat him up through the first round and finish him early to midway through the second.
I agree.
Man,
George?
they may have banned smelling salts in the NFL. Sorry, Kittle. But, they're going to use a Drakkar Noir scented one to wake his ass up when Edson's done hitting him with a spinning kick. If he does by chance pull an upset on him, then give this dude a main card fight. But it's not going to happen. I just think dude's experience and he's too explosive. I think he's going to walk into a KO shot.
Okay.
Good chance.
There's a pretty solid chance. Yep. All right. Moving on. Another bout at 155. We got Will's favorite fighter, Alexander Hernandez.
Say it right. Say it right.
Yeah, sorry. I disrespected your favorite fighter. Alexander Hernandez is fighting Mini Ben Askren, Chase Hooper.
He's bigger. Never mind.
Dang.
I'm
going Chase Hooper on that one.
For sure. Me too. And it's Alexander, the great big fucking dork Hernandez. That's how you say it. You address him no other way because fuck him. He's going to be coming in there trying to knock Chase Hooper's head off. And if he doesn't, he's going to get strangled or his arm ripped off. But Chase Hooper is becoming a pretty good striker. He can throw bombs now. He's long. He's lanky. He does have power. Those guys that are super tall and built like a scarecrow, fun fact, guys, they hit the hardest. I don't know why. I don't make the fucking rules. I train all the time and try to hit harder than them, but I don't. I don't know what it is. It's not fucking fair. But Chase Hooper's one of those guys. And at some point, they're going to come together, and it's going to be a grappling exchange. And I think early in the first, if not early in the second, Chase Hooper is going to show us a submission that is sick as fuck, and we probably haven't seen it in the octagon before. That kid is way too goddamn good at jiu-jitsu. He does the thing that nobody else does. He's so good at jiu-jitsu, he spends hundreds of hours striking. So fucking the great big dork's going to come in there throwing haymakers, get countered, probably get put on his ass, and then we're going to see Chase Hooper stunt on him. And that's what I'm going with. Fuck you, Alexander Hernandez.
George?
Chase Hooper, by humping wrestle fuck.
No, he's not going to wrestle fuck him. He's going to do some dope ass jiu-jitsu shit. You'll like it. Next week, I will cash app George Novo $20 live on the show if he's not just raining praise down on Chase Hooper after that fight, because I feel like he will be.
Yeah, man, he's been working on his striking as well, and he's got some fun stuff. I hope he's tightened up his boxing. So we shall see.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe to ship his ass to Trevor Whitman for 6 months.
He's almost as good as Brandon Schaub standing.
To be fair,
Hey, that came from his mouth. That was his joke.
damn.
Hooper said that.
Damn. I mean, Brendan Schaub does have some pretty solid knockouts, actually.
Yeah, because he's 270 fucking pounds.
All right. Well, that's fair. He knocked out my boy, Mirko Krokop.
Yeah, if he wasn't
one of
that
the
big,
most feared strikers, period.
Fair. Fair is fair.
I don't like Gonzaga, the basketball college team, and I don't like Gabriel Gonzaga either because of that.
We're not gonna.
He broke his leg.
We're not gonna
He didn't even kick his leg.
We're not gonna talk about it.
He's like, "Oh, you like to kick? I kick."
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He got him with his own
His
signature move.
man.
Dude, Gabriel looked like the evil kid Sid from Toy Story, but like as a heavyweight. He had that same brace, crazy like
Damn.
scowl. Like it is terrifying watching Gabriel Gonzaga grit his teeth and get yoked in the octagon after he knocks someone out. I'm like, God damn, dude, put a leash on him.
All right. Moving on. We have a women's bout at 115. We have the former champion in Jessica Andrade, former champion at 125, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Both these women were at 125, but they're fighting at 115,
Hmm.
right?
I don't know.
Wait, is 115 strawweight? No,
Yes.
115 strawweight. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Lupita's still fighting at her normal weight.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jessica Andrade versus Lupita Godinez. I'm going Andrade on this one. It's probably a rough pick, but I just feel she gets it done against Lupita. I don't think Lupita's face somebody of that caliber. Somebody who can shut your lights off.
Yes. She I don't know. Ricci? No. She can't shut you off with one. Let's Pupita Godinez. Pupita, remember she almost shit her
Yes.
pants against Polastri? I can't let you forget that. It was too funny. I think her boxing could be a problem for Andrade, but I think the grappling goes way in the favor of Andrade. I think the power goes way in the favor of Andrade and the experience. So, yeah, I think this is good dog money at plus 135 to throw $20 on Jessica Andrade via decision. I don't think she's going to finish Pupita Godinez because she can fight through the worst of the worst.
Line
Yeah,
that up with your Hushaboyev.
who's your boy, Evan? Make some fucking money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me
Tack
Jessica
on
Andrade.
Edson Barboza. There's a 3.
Barboza's a favorite, but if you put him via
Yeah.
knockout, bow, 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 bow.
That's the one to make. George, what you got on this one?
When you're riding in your Chevy and you feel something heavy, Pupita. I'm gonna go with her. I just feel like Andrade is on a skid, and I don't think this is gonna be the one to get her back in the win column.
Okay. All right. You
Fair.
just want to miss out on dog money? Is that what it is?
He's gonna bet her, but he's not gonna pick her on the show.
That's fair. Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Next up, 185, we have Gerald Meat Shark versus Michal Olajaychik. I'm going Michal on this one. I think Meerschaert is not. He doesn't handle power well, and Michal has power. And he has
So much
great
power.
striking. Great striking. So yeah, going Michal.
You know where Mihal's training now too?
No, where?
Fighting Nerds.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's
his
right.
last 2 camps have been the Fighting Nerds. So nothing need more said. Meat Sharks is 37 years old as well, and he's kind of like Urseg with that reverse crimson chin. Anything that lands on it can put him the fuck to sleep. And I think Olajaychik is going to land something, and he might be a good knockout on your parlay as well.
Yep.
Go to
George?
sleep, meat shits.
Mihal, me George, me pick you.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
He's all the way pulled over.
He can't pull over anymore. Oh man. All right.
Oh,
Next up, we have about at 155. I believe this is the featured prelim.
yes.
We got Bobby King Green fighting Diego Ferreira. I'm going Diego on this one. I feel like I
Yeah,
always pick against Green, but you know, We got
Yeah,
Will.
I think it's time to. I think Bobby Green is going to get fucking folded in this one. He cannot compete with Diego Ferreira on the ground. Diego Ferreira is Brazilian, but we Texans adopted Diego Ferreira many years ago, and he's been with Saif Saud at Fortis MMA for a very long time. Diego Ferreira is no fucking slouch. He could go out there and he could beat you up, and he could beat you up in a myriad of ways. You want to shoot on him? You're probably going to get reversed, and he's going to beat you up. You're going to box with him? He has a lot more power than you, Bobby. He's going to step on your toes. He's not going to stand there and let Bobby Green just have his hands down and not move his head. Diego Ferreira is going to come in there and throw a nasty straight punch to Bobby Green's body and then chase that with a hook. And then that's it. I think Bobby Green's out of the UFC, guys, and rightfully so. He's taken a lot of damage. Am I a fan of Bobby Green? Yes. He embodies everything that a fighter is. I'm not trying to shit on Bobby Green. I love him, and I thank him for everything he's done in there. He's done some dope shit. He's had some great fights, man. But Diego Ferreira, that tough-ass fucking Brazilian that's been seasoning in Texas for years, this was not the fight to come back to Bobby Green.
No, it wasn't. George?
Damn it, Bobby. Yeah. Diego Ferreira. I'm gonna just say he's gonna take his belt off and give him a Texas-sized ass whooping. That's what's gonna happen.
Probably quickly, too.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. Our first bout on the main card. At 125, we have Tim Elliott fighting Kai Asakura. I'm a big Tim Elliott fan. I think Tim Elliott's about to get his ass beat. I think Kai Asakura is too much for Tim. I think Tim's going to get caught with something. I think Tim's going to get caught with something standing. Tim's going to try to grapple in the weirdest fucking way possible.
Yep.
And then he's going to get caught in something like a head and arm choke again.
Absolutely. Heavy emphasis on the weirdest way possible.
The weirdest way.
Like a one-handed cartwheel leading to some dumbass Imanari leg entry that then will get him sent to Namek. Kai Asakura is a fucking
But he's not going to go out all the way.
Oh, he's going to go out all the way. Kai's going to get him. He's either going to strangle him all the way out. Like you said, he's going to get cracked and he's going to shoot. Tim Elliott ain't tapping Tanner Dunphy. He doesn't know. He ain't going to tap.
He just tapped to a head and arm choke.
Oh,
no. Muhammad Mukayev.
Oh, probably.
In 2023.
No, but
then
Kai
he did a grappling match in March and lost by triangle choke.
Damn. So, yeah, Kai Asakura is going to come out and give him that motherfucking work. The only thing that Tim Elliott can do is club and sub him. Maybe he catches Kai Asakura with something fucking wild in that weird-ass stand-up he does and sits him down and then gets his neck. Other than that, it's not a if, it's a when Tim Elliott gets out of there.
Yep. Yeah. George?
I think Kai Asakura had ancestors in Hiroshima, and he's come to the UFC to fucking take it out on everyone. And Tim, you're next.
Run, Tim.
Run.
You look just like the guys.
All you're going to hear is, fuck you.
And we're
all right, moving on. Middleweight, 185. We've got Jared Cannonier fighting Michael MVP Page. Michael Venom Page. I'm going Venom Page on this one. But I think the Killer Gorilla he's still the Killer Gorilla. What's he? Yeah, the Killer Gorilla.
He's still the Killer Gorilla.
The Killer Gorilla has the power to shut Page off. Absolutely. If anyone, him. I mean, the man used to fight at heavyweight, and he was shutting people off at heavyweight. So, and he moves well at 185. This will be a really interesting match because Cannonier's fought the who's who of 185. So it'll be nice to see how Page deals with that, and if he deals with that. What do you got?
Fight's going to go one of two ways. Cannonier dogs out and grinds out a win, whether that be TKO or decision, or Venom Page catches him on the way in and knocks him out. I don't see it any other way. I don't think Jared Cannonier is going to look for a way out. I don't think if he's even behind 2 rounds, he's not going to come out there and put Venom Page on the back foot, because he will. He's too tough. He's too durable, but he is fucking old, man. And he has been hit a lot. And I know he rallied in the Gregory Rodriguez fight, but man, how many of those does he have, bro? How many more can he take in that chin? And you know he's going to come out there and he's going to try to put MVP on his back because he has to. MVP's going to tag him from far away and be sliding in and out of range. I'm going Jared Cannonier.
It's bold. But I
MVP.
respect it.
MVP, he could fold him. But Jared could beat him on the ground, and Jared could fold him with 1 shot. I'm going Jared Cannonier.
I don't think Jared can beat him on the ground. I think Jared could hold him on the ground. I don't think he can beat Venom Page. Venom Page I hated that man for years because his style seemed too showboaty for me. But he is good, and he's good everywhere. He's very evasive. He's very evasive in the takedowns, and the moment you get him down, he is very bouncy. The man is able to get back up immediately. He's great at creating space on the ground, just as good as he is in the stand-up. So, George, what you got?
Man, he ran into one of the announcers backstage of the last UFC fight, and he told him he was going to beat Michael Page's ass. He said he was going to put him out. That's exactly what he told the center, and I believe him. I see this going down just like Weidman and Silva. I see him zigging when he should have zagged and getting caught when he's doing one of his stupid feints. That's what's going to happen. Jared's going to get lucky and be like, oh, you went to the left. Guess what? My fist is right there.
Okay. We shall see. I don't think that's a horrible thought to have. I think like I said, Jared Cannonier has the ability to shut anyone off. I mean, the guy hits like a Mack truck. So we'll see. Moving on, we have a welterweight bout at 170 where Jeff Neal is fighting Carlos Prates. Gotta go with Prates. I mean, I don't even think I really need to say anything. Will Prates? Don't get us banned. Cut that out.
You know what I was doing. So I'm going the purple Lamborghini's pulling up. Everybody's hopping out. Nerds in their glasses. The fucking whole fighting nerd team just showing up, showing out, and Carlos Prates putting Jeff Neal out 2nd round.
They only got 2 on the card, right?
They got
somebody else transfer.
Olajaychek and Prates. I'm sure, bro. I'm sure that we're gonna find another one. They just slowly been heading over there, like, and not posting on their social
Barbosa's
media.
over there now. Oh
my god! The rounds that him and Mauricio Hufi would get, just film them and put them. I'll pay for it. Flow Grappling subscription, same thing. I don't give a fuck. And throw a little Carlos Prates in there. Shit, watch it all day long, baby.
Mm-hmm.
But no, man, I think they only have the 2. But yes, I'm going purple Lamborghini, motherfucker.
George?
Man, both these guys are coming off losses from Ian Gary Machado. And you know what Ian Gary Machado is? If that doesn't motivate you to want to fight and train to get back and knock that dude into the next fucking realm, nothing will. He has a punchable face. There are some UFC fighters that have a punchable face. Ian Gary has a punchable face. Ilya Topuria has a punchable face.
Thanks.
Magomed Ankalaev has a punchable face.
Fair. I will say, Carlos, I hope he has stopped smoking the cigarettes.
Nope.
Good Lord. No?
$16 a pack. That's why you get one.
Gosh. All right. Moving on to our co-main event at 145, featherweight division in the men's division. We have Scott Coker's last hope. Aaron Pico.
We said that 2 hopes ago.
Aaron Aaron Pico is fighting the undefeated Lerone Murphy. The hope isn't looking so good, man. Although I will say, I think Larone's last fight was a lot closer than they had it.
I think so too.
I think I want to think I had Emmett winning that one, and Emmett is what I would describe Aaron Pico as a heavy-handed wrestler.
Yeah, but Emmett is the great value brand, Aaron Pico.
Exactly. So I know I've been riding that Bellator train every time, and it's failed me every time. Right? But I'm marking it in. I'm going Aaron Pico.
Man, I this is going to be the first time that I jumped on that Bellator train, but I'm going for it. Duke, get out, go to bed. Nice. I'm going for it. I'm going Aaron Pico. I think that Aaron Pico's wrestling is going to be too much for Murphy. Listen, Josh Emmett is a wrestler. He's a heavy-handed wrestler, but when does he wrestle, Tanner? He fucking never wrestles. He doesn't use it. Aaron Pico's going to use it. He was at the Olympic Training Center in Dagestan for the U.S. national team when he was fucking 16 years old, guys. He is one of the best grapplers in MMA. And he's a Golden Gloves boxing champion as well. Like, the guy is, what are you going to fucking do with him, Murphy? Like, Pico has a legendary chin, right? And I'm knocking on wood right now. He has an iron chin. One of the fights he lost, he only lost because his shoulder came out in between rounds and he was putting it back in, and the corner of the other team screamed to the ref, he's putting his shoulder back in. He's putting his shoulder back in, because they knew their guy was going to fucking lose with a one-arm Aaron Pico. If I'm going to pick against the UFC one time, Aaron Pico's the guy I'm picking. I don't think Lerone Murphy gets out of that fight without being finished. And don't correct me if I'm wrong, Lerone Murphy didn't have a camp for this? Or Lerone Murphy has had a fight scheduled? Yes or no? I don't think he was fighting, bro. I think he stepped in.
I don't know.
I think it was short notice. So you're going to give me
I don't think Pico, this was the original scheduled fight.
No, Pico was supposed to fight Mofsar, and Mofsar backed out with an injury.
That was not this card.
It was. This just happened again. They rebooked him. They rebooked him for this card, and Mofsar backed out. And then Lerone stepped in on like 4 or 6 weeks notice.
Okay, because I know that bout was originally scheduled for July.
Nope.
So maybe it was scheduled for July, and when Mofsar backed out, they booked the Lerone for this one.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, but you're going to give me a full camp Aaron Pico against the coming off the couch Lerone Murphy, so I'm taking Aaron Pico.
Yeah. George?
Man, you want to see what Lerone Murphy looks like with knockout power? She fought last night. Her name's Jocelyn.
Damn.
What happens whenever people debut in the UFC? What happens 99.9% of the time? They fucking lose. So I'm going with Lerone Murphy just by bad luck. It's like the Madden curse. And that's my only reasoning.
Yeah, I think that's not a crazy thing to think.
No, he could win. Lerone could win.
Lerone definitely could win. The kid's good, and hopefully he learned from the Josh Emmett fight and worked on that. So, man, let's move on. Let's move on to this main event.
Chicago is about to go nuclear.
At 185 in the middleweight division, we have the champion Dricus du Plessis taking on the undefeated Khamzat Chimaev. Man, Smart Money says Khamzat. On paper, it's Khamzat. Everything tells us Khamzat.
Tells you.
Dricus just doesn't care.
Nope.
He's too dumb to care. Doesn't matter to him. He's going to headbutt Khamzat his hip or something. All right? And then he's going to throw Khamzat off. We saw Khamzat struggle with a no camp underweight, no knees. What's his name? Sorry,
Kamaru Usman, you
Kamaru Usman.
bastard.
Yes, sorry. I know.
Jesus.
My brain was doing.
Hope pound for pound doesn't see this.
and-
Henry Cejudo, big fan. Sorry.
I know. But we saw him struggle with Kamaru. That was a tight fight, right? The Robert Whitaker thing, and that feels. I hate to say it. It almost feels like a freak accident,
Yep.
right? Whitaker's been beaten, and he said he had problems with that happening before with those teeth. Yeah, so if that happened before,
Mm.
that feels more like a freak accident thing. I think Hamzat is gonna win, but I think I'm just gonna pick DDP. I'm going DDP. I'm going Dricus.
Because you hate to be wrong to me. Bastard.
All right. Tell me why you think Dum Plessis is going to win.
I think that his grappling's underrated. I think we're going to see something genuinely awesome out of him. I think we see a fight, and Hamzat Chimaev is the perfect opponent for Dricus du Plessis to show us that he deserves to be the fucking champion. We're all guilty of shitting on him. I'm guilty of shitting on him with this technique, the weird shit that he does and the shit that he gets away with. Sometimes he was in bad positions when he should have been in bad positions. Right. But I think the man is just too fucking tough to be beat. And he's the right mix of technical skills on the ground, in the middle, in the in-between game with the wrestling, the wall work. And he was a K1 kickboxing champion, so he has the hands and the power. I don't think if a fight makes it out of 15 minutes that Hamzat Chimaev can win it. I think that if the Kamaru Usman fight was 5 rounds, Kamaru wins that fight. He won the 3rd round. And it's because he goes so damn hard. Hamzat is the definition of the guy that Dana wants. He's not the grappler that's going to go out there and lay on the dude and fucking take his time and just win out a decision. No, if he's on top of a man, he's genuinely trying to kick that man's ass. And rightfully so. And it's great to see a lot of people are rooting for Hamzat. A lot of people, he's the betting favorite. But I think that Dricus du Plessis shows up and stops the takedowns, or at least reverses position or threatens with submissions and handles his own in the takedowns, in the wrestling. And I think it turns into a stand-up fight like the Gilbert Burns fight did, right? And if you're standing up with Dricus du Plessis and you lack at all in that striking, he is going to fuck you up and make you pay. That lead high kick is a weapon that I think we're going to see utilized that not a lot of people talk about enough. The power in the hands, and just look at the guy. He's built like a fucking G.I. Joe action figure. Like when you were watching the G.I. Joe cartoon as a kid, you thought Toll Road was Dricus du Plessis. You're like, if they made a real life depiction of this, it would be Dricus du Plessis. So give me Dricus, and I don't fucking like Habibi. So fuck you, Hamzat. I hope you get wrecked.
I just, man, I've been saying for a while Hamzat was going to become champion.
He might still, but it won't be this Saturday.
I think he has a good shot of it, man. I really do. It all depends on that. Look, Hamzat has knockout power. Dricus has knockout power. The real question is, how's the grappling? Right? Granted, it could end in the first 10 seconds. Somebody gets slept.
Sure
But the
could.
real
Either
question-
way, too, because Hamzat does have bombs.
Yeah. The real question is, how is the grappling going to match up? We've seen Dricus run through a whole Gracie Baraja team by himself and tap every single one of them. Right?
Yep. Sitting at the bar. They're like, hey, our guy backed out. You want to do the thing?
Yeah.
Sets
And
the
then
pint.
we've seen
Rally Tudo.
Hamzat just maul people. And Hamzat was a pretty accomplished wrestler outside of the UFC, right? Outside of MMA, he was a
Right.
solid wrestler. He could have been world level, right? So we'll see. George, what's your take?
Man, Dricus du Plessis, not always the biggest fan of him. Can't take away from the guy's pedigree, can't take away from his record, anything like that. If anybody can continue to win and hold on to that title, it's him. The guy is like the equivalent of every 80s cliche in every movie. Like the guy that slips on a banana peel and then when he falls, he's like got two girls in his arms. Or, you know what I mean? Like, that's basically what happens with this guy in every fight. I don't know if he's got a South African idol that he worships for luck or something, but it's crazy.
He's got a coach with a taser.
That being said, though, I think that ends this weekend. I think Chimaev is going to take the title, and my reasoning is this. What did you say, Will, whenever I thought that Poatan was going to just run roughshod all over Magomed? You said, you know what he's not doing? He's not outside of the gym. He's not out doing social media shit. Where was Dricus
Right.
du Plessis this weekend? He was at Chicago Bears training camp. He wasn't at the fucking gym.
I mean, I'll give you
That's
that.
fair. Yeah.
And you know what Hamzat's not going to do? He's not going to go there. He doesn't understand the game. There's no goats. He can't get cleared because of Chechnya. So,
Jeez. I think also he's coming from South Africa to Chicago, bro. So he probably had to be here a week early. And I guarantee Dricus is training. I guarantee it. Hamzat, let's see what Hamzat looks like on that scale Friday night.
That's going to
Hamzat-
be a real question too. Yeah.
If he looks like fucking Skeletor, this shit is over in 3, boys.
I don't understand how he can struggle to make weight at 185 and he thought he was going to fight at 170.
He's so fucking big. All he does is eat hummus and lift
He
heavy
did fight at
things.
170, but
Yeah, and missed weight a bunch of times. Bro's huge.
he missed
Hamzat
weight
is
and the fight
fucking
had to, a
huge.
whole card had to get rearranged.
Right.
that's
I
all
wouldn't be
got to
surprised-
say about that.
When they face off, Dricus normally dwarfs guys. But when they face off, I would not be surprised if Hamzat is equally as big, or if not bigger. He's so fucking big. And I think it's going to be a detriment, man. I think he goes too fucking hard. I think he's going to blow his load, and Dricus is still going to be standing there like, what's up, bitch?
I think that's not a bad bet. Yeah. All right. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to tack on?
I'm going to shout out an Indiana Jiu-Jitsu athlete, Bryce Watson Korn. He reached out and would like to have an interview done. So at some point, we will have a young up-and-coming jiu-jitsu athlete, Bryce Watson Korn, very dynamic young kid. Can't wait for that. I'll be talking to him soon. Other than that, we'll see you next weekend, motherfucker.